Good morning. It is Tuesday. It is August 29th, 2017. The leaves are getting ready to turn. The football is about to be kicked off. And I'm excited. In case you can't tell, excitement runs through my veins because as my cats knock everything over. Oh, by the way, I'm not like a weird cat guy. These two cats were in the woods, these kittens, and you could tell they were alone. So we took them from the woods about a year ago so that they didn't get eaten. And now they spend their days destroying the house. Anyway, in case you can't tell, I'm thoroughly excited. This is the best time of the year. Not only am I a huge fan of the fall weather, but I'm also a huge fan of Christmas. And I have a rule in my house, and you can all laugh at me and you can all tell me it's too soon. But when college football kicks off, I get to put the Christmas tree up. So that's right, folks. I didn't count last weekend because who knows what the NCAA is doing. It's just some weird weekend where they have like 6 games to get everybody ready for the season of college football ahead. You've got great games this weekend. Then you have some of the lesser teams like usual, like MAC teams in Ohio State that are playing in the midst of the week this week. But I'm excited. Football's on the way. Basketball's not too far behind. We've got hockey in there as well. But for right now, we have baseball. And I'm going to maintain a positive attitude on the way out. I've been a harsh critic of baseball just because, quite frankly, I've been on the wrong side of variance pretty much all year. Not to say I haven't had some decent wins, but I really have not had that one win that makes me feel like it was a worthwhile season. But hey, there's still time. You can't give up now. What we want to do is we want to look at 3 pitchers tonight that I think are in good positions to put you in the money. And some of them don't make me feel comfortable, and some of them probably won't make you feel comfortable. But hey, sometimes that's what you have to do. You have to take a little risk in order to reap the greater reward at the end. And there's no bigger risk, in my opinion, than R.A. Dickey. 14-1 fantasy draft, 7K FanDuel, 7,100 on DraftKings. I just can't feel comfortable. It feels dirty. But he's taken on a Phillies team that he's actually shut down twice this year. I mean, on a whole, you're not looking at Dickey this year and saying, this guy's an absolute train wreck. Like, he has his issues. You know, if he's up against some guys who can hit the knuckleball well, like Ryan Zimmerman, even Anthony Rendon, it's a little bit tougher to get through those lineups. But if you look through his box scores, he hasn't been bad. 7,100 is actually a really favorable price for him this evening, especially if your goal is to build really strong lineups with hitters. I think he makes a great SP2. He makes a solid tournament SP1. There's a chance he could get over the 40-point mark, 45-point mark on FanDuel. He can get over that 20, maybe even 25-point mark on DraftKings. And if he does that, he's going to be great for your lineups. And he shouldn't have high ownership. He's R.A. Dickey. Next up, a guy who I do think will have a little more ownership will be Luke Weaver, 15-2 fantasy draft, 8,400 FanDuel, 7,600 on DraftKings. Kind of a topsy-turvy start to his career here. But last time we saw him, he was putting down the Padres. Yeah, I mean, it's the Padres. It is what it is. But now he's going up against another strikeout-happy team in the Brewers. It's unfortunate that this game takes place in Miller Park, but the reality is we've seen many great teams and pitchers get shut down or beat up there. I think Weaver is a solid enough guy. He's got a lot of velocity on his fastball. I think he could get a decent amount of punch-outs here, and if he's able to mitigate the damage done against him, he's going to probably be on a tournament-winning lineup because I do think he'll be semi-popular. Last up, it's a little bit tough at the top to figure out what direction to go. I'm going to go with Jake Arrieta, 21-6 fantasy draft, 9,900 FanDuel, 11-1 on DraftKings. The price on DraftKings is a little bit high, but he's been very good. I mean, after a really shaky start to things, he seems to have finally gotten everything together. And that's all you can really ask for out of your players. He's taking on, God forbid that I actually know who he's taking on. I didn't put it in the article today, so sometimes I irritate myself so very much. Pittsburgh. Yeah, Pittsburgh's one of those boom-bust teams. Not even really boom-bust. How do I want to word it? They're one of those teams that they're not likely to score a ton of runs. They're not likely to make it easy on the pitcher to carve out a huge game. I think that's the best way to word it. But I'm not really looking at that from Arrieta. In his Cy Young season, his game was kind of just going deep into things, and by attrition, you're just going to end up striking more batters out. So to wrap it up, R.A. Dickey, Luke Weaver, Jake Arrieta, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel below. Check us out at researchfantasy.com. Follow us on Twitter at Research and Win, and join us again tomorrow.